You're not broke because you don't make enough money. You're broke because no one ever told you the rules, and by the time most people figure them out, it's already too late. Because the truth is, your 20s are not about making money. They're about learning how not to lose it. And if you miss this window, you don't just lose money, you lose years, sometimes decades. Let me show you what I mean, because there are 5 rules that quietly decide who builds wealth early and who spends the next 30 years trying to catch up. My name is Jack, and I spend way too much time thinking about the decisions people make in their 20s that completely shape their financial future. If you've ever felt like you're working hard but still not getting ahead, this might be the most important video you watch this year, because one of these rules is probably costing you more money than you realize right now. Let's start with something simple, but dangerous. You get your first real paycheck. Maybe it's $2,000, maybe $3,000. And suddenly, you feel rich. So what do? You upgrade your life. Better phone, better clothes, more eating out, maybe even a car you can barely afford. And here's the scary part. It feels normal, because everyone around you is doing the same thing. But here's what most people don't realize. This is the exact moment where people lock themselves into being broke, because instead of building assets, they build expenses, and those expenses follow them for years. This is why the first rule is simple. Pay yourself first, before rent, before bills, before anything, even if it's just 10%. Because if you don't, you'll always end up with nothing left. Now you might be thinking, okay, but I'll start saving when I earn more. That sounds logical, but it's one of the biggest lies people tell themselves. Because habits don't change with income, they scale. If you can't save $100, you won't save $1,000. You'll just spend more. So the real question is, are you building habits now? Let's go deeper. Because here's something that doesn't make sense at first. 2 people can earn the same amount and end up in completely different financial situations. Why? Because one understands this rule, and the other doesn't. Avoid bad debt like it's a trap, because it is. Look, debt for education or building something can help you. But debt for lifestyle? That's where people destroy their future. Credit cards. Buy now, pay later. Car loans for things they don't need. It all feels small in the moment. But over time, it stacks. And suddenly, you're not working for yourself anymore. You're working to pay off your past. And that's one of the worst financial positions you can be in. Here's where it gets really interesting. Because there's one rule that almost no one follows early. But the people who do, they win big. Start investing early, not later. Not when you understand everything. Now. Because time matters more than money. Let me explain. If you invest $200 a month in your 20s, you might feel like it's nothing. But over 10, 20, 30 years, that small amount grows into something huge. Why? Because of compounding. Your money earns money. And then that money earns more money. And over time, it starts growing faster than you can imagine. But here's the catch. You can't get that time back. If you wait 5 years, you don't just lose 5 years of saving. You lose the growth of those 5 years. And that can cost you tens of thousands, maybe more. Now pause for a second. Because this next one is where most people get it completely wrong. They think making more money will fix everything. But here's the truth. If you don't control your lifestyle will control you. You get a raise, you upgrade your life, and suddenly, you're still stuck. Same stress, same problems, just bigger numbers. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the silent killers of wealth, because it hides behind progress. It makes you feel like you're doing better, while keeping you in the same position. So instead of upgrading your lifestyle every time you earn more, upgrade your investments, upgrade your savings, upgrade your future. Now let's talk about something people avoid, because it feels uncomfortable, but it's one of the most powerful things you can do. Track your money, not guess, not estimate. Track it, because here's the truth. You can't fix what you don't see. Most people have no idea where their money goes. They just feel broke, and that feeling comes from confusion. But the moment you track your spending, everything becomes clear. You start noticing patterns, leaks, bad habits. And once you see it, you can change it. Now here's a question. What happens if you ignore all of this? Nothing immediately. That's the problem. Because bad financial decisions don't hurt right away. They build slowly, quietly, until one day, you wake up and realize you're behind, years behind, and catching up feels almost impossible. That's how people end up stuck, not because they made one big mistake, but because they ignored small ones for too long. But here's the good news. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be aware. Because once you understand these rules, you start making different decisions, small ones, daily ones, and those decisions stack, just like bad habits do, but in your favor. So let's bring it all together. If you're under 30, or even close to it, focus on this. Pay yourself first. Avoid bad debt. Start investing early. Control your lifestyle. Track your money. Simple rules, but powerful. Because at the end of the day, your financial life is not built in one big moment. It's built in small decisions, repeated over time. And the difference between someone who struggles forever and someone who builds wealth early is not luck, it's awareness. So the real question is, what are you going to do after this video ends? Go back to the same habits? Or start changing them, one decision at a time? Because the truth is, your future is not waiting for you. It's being created right now with every dollar you spend or save. And that is something most people realize too late.